Emergence of Buddhism. The emergence of Buddhism is rooted in the life and teachings of Siddhartha Gautama, who later became known as the Buddha. The story of Buddhism begins in ancient India around the 6th century BCE. Siddhartha Gautama was born into a noble family in Lumbini, modern day Nepal, is approximately 563 BCE. According to traditional accounts, his father sought to shield him from the harsh realities of life, surrounding him with luxury and worldly pleasures. Despite this, Siddhartha was exposed to the suffering and impermanence of life when he ventured outside the palace. Motivated by a deep concern for the nature of human suffering, Siddhartha renounced his princely life, left his family, and embarked on a spiritual quest to find a solution to the inherent problems of existence. He practiced severe asceticism for several years, studying under different teachers, but found no satisfactory answers. Ultimately, Siddhartha chose a middle path between extreme asceticism and self indulgence. He engaged in deep meditation under a Bodhi tree in Bodh Gaya, India. After an intense and transformative meditation, Siddhartha attained enlightenment, becoming the Buddha, which means the awakened one or enlightened one. Following his enlightenment, the Buddha spent the rest of his life traveling across northern India, teaching his insights into the nature of suffering and the path to liberation from it. His teachings, known as the Dharma, emphasize the Four Noble Truths: the truth of suffering, dukkha. Suffering is an inherent part of existence. The truth of the cause of suffering, samudaya. Suffering is caused by craving and attachment. The truth of the end of suffering, nirodha. It is possible to end suffering by eliminating craving and attachment. The truth of the path to the end of suffering, magga. Following the Eightfold Path leads to the cessation of suffering. The Eightfold Path consists of ethical and mental guidelines for leading a wholesome and balanced life. The Eightfold Path is a central concept in Buddhism, outlining the principles and guidelines for leading a meaningful and purposeful life. It is part of the Four Noble Truths, which form the foundation of Buddhist teachings. The Eightfold Path is often represented as a wheel, symbolizing the path to liberation from suffering. The Eightfold Path consists of the following elements: right view. This involves understanding the true nature of life, the world, and the human experience. It also includes gaining insight into the Four Noble Truths. Right intention refers to developing wholesome and ethical intentions such as renunciation, goodwill, and harmlessness. It involves cultivating a mindset free from greed, hatred, and delusion. Right speech encompasses refraining from false speech, divisive speech, harsh speech, and idle chatter. Right speech encourages truthful, kind, and beneficial communication. Right action involves engaging in ethical and compassionate conduct. This includes refraining from harm living beings, stealing, and engaging in sexual misconduct. Right livelihood encourages earning a living in a way that is ethical and does not cause harm to oneself or others. This involves avoiding professions that involve deception, exploitation, or harm. Right effort involves making a persistent and diligent effort to overcome unwholesome qualities and cultivate wholesome ones. This includes developing mindfulness and concentration. Right mindfulness refers to being aware of one's body, feelings, and mind and mental phenomena in the present moment. Mindfulness is crucial for understanding the nature of reality and breaking the cycle of suffering. Right concentration involves cultivating focused and concentrated states of mind through meditation. This leads to a deepening of insight and a more profound understanding of the nature of existence. The Eightfold Path is not a linear progression, but rather an interconnected set of principles that practitioners work on simultaneously. It provides a comprehensive guide for ethical and mental development, leading to the cessation of suffering and attainment of enlightenment called nirvana. Buddhism attracted followers from various social backgrounds, and the monastic community called Sangha was established. After the Buddha's death, his teachings were orally transmitted and eventually recorded in scriptures known as the Tripitaka or Pali Canon. Buddhism continued to spread, evolving into different schools and traditions, including Theravada, Mahayana, and Vajrayana, each with its own interpretations and practices. Over the centuries, Buddhism extended its influence across Asia and eventually reached other parts of the world, becoming one of the major world religions. Thanks for watching.